I'm Dr. Fred Leafgren, and I've been involved in wellness for over 40 years now. And by profession, I'm a psychologist, and I worked many years at the University of Wisconsin, Vice Chancellor for Students. And my concern is always helping people grow and develop. And that was my mission at the University for Students. And in 1978, I was introduced to the concept of wellness through Bill Hetler, who was my director for our health services, and Bob Bowen, who was director of health education at the university, and Dennis Elsenrath, who was director of counseling center. We thought it would be a good idea to bring people together to talk about wellness. And at that time, no one really knew what the word meant. It just wasn't part of the vocabulary. And anyway, we decided to invite people to a conference for 5 days, just to immerse themselves into this concept through discussions. And we had some very important people who agreed to come. And we had over 200 people at this session. And we just had 5 days of discussion about all the dimensions of wellness: the social dimension, the occupational dimension, the spiritual dimension, the intellectual dimension, the physical dimension, and the emotional dimension. And I guess my greatest contribution in all these dimensions is emotional because of my psychological background. And we spent 5 days meeting and talking and sharing, and this went really very, very well. And so, in a sense, this became the birth of the National Wellness Organization, because we decided this conference went so well, we're going to have one next year. And we have done that now for 42 years. Sometimes we've had over 1,000 people at our conferences. Organizations such as corporations, businesses, health professionals come, doctors, nurses, community agencies, educators in public school and universities. And there's been workshops where people can become trained to in depth to carry out things like workplace wellness, occupational wellness. It wasn't huge at the beginning, it grew. I mean, the wellness thing, once we planted the seed, it just grew on its own. And so what we have today is an outgrowth of all the people that have come and, brought other people and gone back. As I mentioned, that when you throw a stone in the water, it ripples. And every year people come and go back and throw stones in their water when they go back, and it ripples through their communities. My goal for students was always help them develop totally, not just academically, but totally. And the 6 dimensions of wellness include that. I'm very committed to the conferences continuing, because this is where so many people come up to me and say, "Oh, thank you for starting it. This is changing my life while I'm here." And I mean, that's all the remuneration I need. I don't need financial remuneration. The appreciation of people growing and developing and being happy and succeeding.